Every problem has a character. Every problem has a lineage, a genetic lineage. Every problem has a trinomial or maybe quadrinomial nomenclature. Binomial, I have my name and my family name. Trinomial, I have my name, my father's name, and my family name. And quadrinomial, maybe, add the dimension. Some people write names of their towns also. Quadrinomial. So probably these problems have a lineage. They have a pedigree. They have a creed. They have a religion. Don't they follow you religiously? Don't they follow you religiously? I think I'm making a very ugly use of the word follow. Sometimes problems help you take humor in your stride much more easily. Much more easily. Don't problems follow you religiously? Don't problems follow you religiously? So we are not the only religious people who follow a certain religion. So if you like it, probably you can convert these problems as the acts of spirituality to test your might. An act of spirituality. That's why many problems come from outside. Many problems come from outside. Though, I strongly believe majority of the problems are born out of our own creations. And they might be creation of your mind, your aspirations, your ideas, your love, your objectives and your desires and your passions, irrepressible ideas. That's being a good boy, I tell you. If that is so. And then some other problems would come out of your own insipid character. You're jolly well going into a ditch, slipping into a ditch, but you're not willing to leave what you have in the hand and save yourself. Imagine you're carrying a 10-liter bucket with you and you start sinking. That 10-liter bucket is now a liability for you. You'll slip faster and you'll have a mightier fall. And probably you may not be able to get out of that again till somebody sees that and draws you out of that ditch. We are unwilling to react. That's very insipid nature in us. That the problems balloon. And what happens in a balloon? Just that air that is filled in an appropriate manner under high pressure can give you a slap if the balloon breaks here. It can give you a slap. Theoretically, since pressure, temperature and volume are in correspondence with each other. Theoretically, since pressure, volume and temperature are in correspondence with each other, a balloon burst on your cheek can give you a burn. The problem can balloon and it can start sticking you. It can start hammering you. It can start biting you. When there's explosion. See, it's your insipid character. Hey boys, where are you? It's 8 o'clock, please get up from the bed. It's your insipid character that can create, that can invite problems, that can invite more and more problems. You wake up at 12 o'clock, you sleep at 4 a.m., you're reversing the nature cycle. You'll have to reborn as a human being. Next time, tell God, look, this is the cycle of sleep that I want to follow. So God will probably give you another body. Another stomach, another heart, another brain, another length of, quite another length of the arms and the feet. And probably a very different kind of bed. And different kind of parents who don't bother you. That insipidity makes me feel very nervous. As a parent, as a teacher, as a head of my office, as a writer, as a dramatist, as a communicator, as a consultant, as a counselor, as a personality doctor, it makes me feel very insecure that you have a problem right next to you. Why don't you react? And we have a funny system. India is one of the most talkative countries in the world. Most talkative countries. We have hordes of people around us, isn't it? Even if you don't want them to listen, they will listen to you. So eavesdropping is a social problem, not a social crime. In India, we have numbers all around us. Well, being an over-communicated society, what happens is we feel telling somebody that I have a problem is a big problem for us. Telling somebody that I have a problem is a very big problem for us. To find that person, and that person who listens to you is your friend. I think you are demeaning friendship. That's a very, very small, window of friendship. To get somebody to listen to your problems is your problem. And worse, when you get that and he's heard you quietly, you feel your problem is over. Oh, how dare you? How dare you think your problem is over because somebody has heard your problem? You don't understand his competency at all. You don't know whether he understands your subject. You don't know whether he'll understand the content. Yet, he becomes your problem solver. So, you're doing two ways, crime two ways. A wrong person is given a wrong responsibility. And you have permanently believed your problem is over. It's your insipid character. It alarms me. It draws me out of bed in the middle of the night to think people have merrily forgotten their problem. Coming back to this issue, problems are characteristic. And the kind of problems that you're surrounded with, characterize you. Characterize you. Please don't take my statement as a clue to your brand building problems. Please. That's a very minor use. That's a very minor use. It's not in addition to your brand making strategies. The problems that surround you characterize you. But rather than putting it into your brand making diary, I would look at you using it as a new head to carry through life. A head that carries new set of problems or distinguished set of problems. A distinguished set of problems. Now, having achieved that distinction, of knowing how problems distinguish you, having achieved that, it's time to take a small break. So, ladies and gentlemen, with your kind permission, I sign off for this episode with a message. Come to problem solving. Come to life.